charter schools. And we're going to jump back now. You remember the kids from Queens?
Yes.
Well, the principal is here. Stacey Gauthier, how'd you think your kids did?
Well, they did fantastic. And what they didn't have a chance to tell you was our school really is a school about student leadership and social justice. And the 3 students here have some phenomenal experience. I just want to shout out Jillian, who did an internship with the American Civil Liberties Union this summer, in addition to being part of our student government, very active on that. Paolo, who had to go on to another event, was in Amsterdam, working with refugees and also LGBTQ rights. And of course, Hector, who's an urban ambassador, and he was the only New York City charter school student speaking at a 1,000-person conference with the chancellor. So these guys are doing great things.
So when you say social justice, that's a theme of the school?
It is. It's a really integral part. And I mean, to go back to the point about, a standard curriculum, yes, we have a standard curriculum, but the diversity really rests in the students' own leadership passions and what they want to do. But we do want them to be, innovators for change and really support making a better New York and a better world.
Do they work together, work independently on projects?
Yes, and yes.
And how much control do they have over their own agency over their own learning?
Yeah, they have a lot of control over their leadership projects, and we really encourage them to go towards something that they're passionate about.
Admissions test?
No admissions tests. We are a conversion charter school in New York City.
Oh, wow.
So we were a district school back in 1993, converted to be a charter school. So we are fully unionized, UFT, CSA, DC 37. And we have been a school since 1993, charter school since 2000.
What are you supportive of this idea of independent charter schools banding together? Do you feel you lose some of your independence?
Not at all. And I want to do a shout out. We have a lot of New York City independent charter school leaders and people here who support the movement. We are definitely stronger because we're together. I don't think I'd want to be in this game if it wasn't for the colleagues that are here. So coming together is really important. And I think one of the most important things we can do is help to educate people. I learned a few things here today that I didn't know. And I've been doing this for a while.
Wow. So I think we have a real innovator of disruption.
Yes, disruptive.
I hope
yes,
so.
Exactly. Yeah. Now, what is the greatest threat to the charter movement today?
I think the greatest threat is really ignorance, that people don't really understand it. So I can go into offices of different elected officials or other people, and they'll say, how much tuition do you charge? And I'm thinking, we don't charge tuition. Or, you creaming kids. And it's like, no, are there some bad apples? There are bad apples everywhere. And I think that was said earlier, there are bad apples in district schools, bad apples in charter schools. But for the most part, I think we're all really trying to work hard to really help our kids to succeed and be the best they can be. So I think it's ignorance first. I also think it's fear, but I guess they kind of go together.
You said ignorance, but how is the member of the general public to know? You see the words charter school on the door, right, but that in a way doesn't mean anything. It could be your school, or it could be some grubby profit maker, et cetera, et cetera. Right. How are we to know? Don't call us ignorant. How are we supposed to know?
That's our job. It's a hard job. We have to be out there. We have to be telling our story over and over again. In the words of one of my board members, who I want to shout out, she's a great educator, Maggie Martinez DeLuca, Bank Street educator, Sarah Lawrence educator. She said, you can never say important things enough. And so I think we have to just keep doing it. And even when I get tired of going, why am I saying the same thing? I think we have to just keep getting that message out there, bringing students like I just brought here today. I mean, because if you see these young people, I think it just answers the question right there.
You mentioned that your students were playing roles in, for instance, the ACLU, some other international things. Are your students required to do an internship?
They are. So in the high school, they have to do a leadership experience every year from 9th through 12th grade. In 9th and 10th grade, they do those experiences in the school, and we bring groups in to sort of nurture them before sending them out into the general community.
And then in the 10th and 11th, the 11th and 12th grade, they go outside the school?
Everywhere.
Right.
Yes.
And how many hours do they compile in each of those 11th and 12th
they have a requirement of 20 hours, but most of these guys are doing way many more hours than that. And then on top of that, they're also taking College Now courses because we have a partnership with the City University here. So they're working a lot of hours, full course load, leadership experiences, other academic experience as well.
Yeah, I'm going to try something out on you just quickly. The traditional model, the same way people think of schools, is teachers are workers and kids are product. It sounds to me like your school, the kids are the workers and knowledge is the product. Is that fair?
I think that's fair, and I think the teachers are really the facilitators, and the students, we hope, will really be doing the guiding. This year at my opening message to the students, I said, look, I don't really want to be up here anymore talking to you. I want you to be up here talking to me. And I think that's where we're moving, and they are certainly more than capable to do that, no question.
Well, thank you very much for being here.
I just have one last question.
Go for it.
What is social justice?
Yeah, what is social justice? That's a great question. Is it equity? It might be. I think it's the opportunity for everybody to be successful. And I also want to throw in, because it's a mission of our school, to have a happy life. I think we can't underestimate the importance that education and happiness have to go together. If you are miserable in education, you're not going to be a lifelong learner. It should not matter your race, your color, your creed, your sexual orientation. You should have the same opportunity to be happy and successful.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Shout out to all the New York City people here. Shout out to you guys. Woo!
Thank you, Stacey Gauthier.
Thank you.